92.9 Triple M's Rush Hour with Embers and Katie, and he's a regular on Australian screens. You may have seen him on Utopia, Celebrity MasterChef Australia, and have you been paying attention? Comedian Dilruk Jayasinha.
You nailed it.
I was so close.
Oh, it's just almost like the Canadian, like the Jamaican
Jayasinha.
bobsleigh team. The last bit just sort of slipped. But you did it. You carried it over the finish line.
You're in town for Fringe World with your new show, Heartstopper. It kicked off just last night. Welcome to the Rush Hour.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It started off yesterday down at Johnny Fox's. It used to be called Rosie O'Grady's. I don't know.
Just
what
across.
happened in the pandemic? What happened to Rosie?
I don't know.
I think they ran out of money, so they called it someone else.
Hey,
All right,
Rosie
yes.
O'Grady's got loose though. I went to some comedy shows at Rosie O'Grady's for Fringe last time, and the crowd
Well, it's
was
an Irish
blind.
pub, right?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the Irish, when they get on the Guinness, in fact, when the Irish don't even get on the Guinness, they're wild.
And I'm not Irish, and I was wild.
Well,
so
exactly,
you know,
it's the vibes, and look, that's why my show is at 6 p.m. So I can just get a couple of tradies.
Yes.
Just maybe they've had a few, but that's about it.
So-
I'd like to go in early.
First show last night,
Yeah,
went
yeah.
all right. Perth
Yeah.
crowd's okay.
I love the Perth crowds.
Yeah.
It's genuinely pre-pandemic. Let's assume that nothing happened in the last 2 years. Let's
Yeah.
put that
Yeah.
aside. But I always try to start my tours in WA because I think because we're so far, the West is so far from the East that the audiences are far more grateful and appreciative. They're
Yeah, I like it.
and
We're grateful to have anyone come here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Not
that
anyone,
blows my
of
ego.
course.
Thank my
No,
come
Dilruk,
on,
we
Embers.
were very
Yeah,
happy to
don't
have
be
you.
I
rude,
thought I'm a
Embers.
bit special.
Wow.
You are
but
very
no,
special
just
to
we'll
us.
take anyone, mate. Just
No.
come one, come all.
do you know what's funny though? Is because just on the weekend we had UFC at RAC
yes.
Arena, then we had Red Hot Chili Peppers, Post
Uh-huh.
Malone. All
Dave
of a sudden,
Chappelle, like-
people,
Yep.
yes, people are talking about Perth all of a sudden as though they've just discovered us,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, guys, we've been here, being like, hello.
Guys, there's a crab fest in
I know
Mandurah.
there is, yes.
There's the cherry fest in Manjimup. Like, there's so many great things.
And
in
now that Mark
WA.
McGowan's letting everyone back in, hey, come over.
Come
we
over,
need you.
guys. I always say that Perth's like the forgotten little cousin of Australia, especially to you. You're from Melbourne.
Yeah.
So
well, it's
you live in
high, I
Melbourne.
mean, let's be honest. Let's give WA your own country. Like, honestly.
yeah,
it's been-
we may as well.
At one point, I was just like, you know what? I started during the pandemic when everything was, very different vibes
Sure
in
was.
WA versus when in Melbourne where I'm in. And I was literally like, you know what? Yelling at the screen, going, have your own country. F off, we're full.
Yeah. I
know.
Like, stop. No more immigrants from WA.
Everyone hated us in the
Wow.
pandemic. I mean, Mark McGowan did do a Donald Trump and try and build a wall. Like, I get it. But everybody hated us looking in because they were
But
just
it was
like,
such good times here, though. How can you blame?
No.
I didn't resent you at all. You know
No.
what I mean?
thank you so much.
Everyone was just having the time of their life in Perth. Then we see some socials from some friends in Melbourne and go, oh, that's tough. But anyway, I hope you're going okay from all the way over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. We were allowed an hour a day to go out for a bit of exercise, and you had we had curfew from 5 a.m. till 8 p.m. But I'm an idiot,
Yeah.
so I read that as 5 p.m. till 8 a.m. So I was just looking outside the window, going, "Wow, those
You were doing the right thing.
Yeah, like
Yes.
7 a.m. I'm like, those ladies really want to
reckon-
do some Tai Chi. They're
Mate,
happy to like.
I reckon the people at Casuarina Prison got more airspace than what you guys were getting over there.
That's so funny. Hey, talk to us about your show, Heartstopper.
Yeah.
Now, there's a reason why your show is called Heartstopper.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of reasons. A, because Dilruk, even though it's a Sri Lankan name, in Sinhalese is one of the Sri Lankan languages. It means shining tree, which I was kind of disappointed in. But then I found out that because my mom's side of the family is Indian,
Yeah.
that Ruk would mean stop in Hindi, and Dil means heart. So Heartstopper was
There you
kind
go.
of an appropriate, nice little wink, wink. But then in April last year, I had a proper heart attack.
Oh,
my
really?
God.
Yeah, exactly.
An actual Heartstopper.
A proper Heartstopper. So I thought, okay, well, that's a good title. It's a double meaning. Let's go for it.
So let's unpack this. You had
Yeah.
a heart attack. Tell
Yeah,
us where you were, what
well,
happened.
spoiler alert, I died. And
Did
so,
you?
so I've dragged my carcass out of the grave to be here. So
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you're
much.
grateful for the
Yes,
efforts that I've
this
gone
is
through.
like a
Appreciate,
hologram.
appreciate you coming.
Yeah,
Thank you
it's
so
Tupac
much.
style, you know?
May you
Yeah.
rest in peace.
No, obviously, physically I'm fine, but mentally I think I'm still rattled by the whole thing because
my
I was
God, of course.
37 at the time,
Yeah.
and I'm 38 now. And it's kind of a bummer because mum and dad, mum 10 years ago had a heart attack. Dad 3 years after that had a heart attack because they want to do everything together, including cardiac arrest.
Yes.
That's very cute. How they are. But then I thought I escaped it because I started
Yeah.
getting fit. I lost like 40 kilos in 2018. I ran a full marathon, and
Did
then
you
still,
really? Good on you.
But I've just inherited this crap from them anyway. So, and I didn't want that because I wanted the house.
Yeah.
I got the wrong inheritance. which is frustrating.
Okay, so, well,
Appreciate your honesty.
Embers is going to run a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh.
Have.
half a marathon.
Okay,
Yes.
right. Different
Weak.
ball game, I think.
Weak.
I've,
Yeah.
no, I've got up to 30
half
Ks
sprint.
before. I
You've
was
done
planning on
30.
doing a marathon once, and I got up to 32 Ks, and then
Uh-huh.
I got really sore, so I actually didn't complete the marathon.
Right. So what
Yeah,
happened?
I gave up.
Well, see, what that nearly happened to me. My 36th kilometer in the marathon
Oh,
was
yep.
I was about to quit.
Yep.
Literally, my left leg was just dangling above. I'm like, well, it is like this
You-
is stupid because I still got to run another 5 more Ks or something like
Yep,
that, or
something
6
like
more
that.
Ks.
Yep.
And I was like, no, this is the longest you've run. That'll do. Well, that'll do, pig. That'll do, pig.
And you kept going.
But no, what happened is I immediately remembered that there were 2 blokes who said I couldn't do it. And if I stop now, they win.
Yeah.
And then, so my 37th kilometer was the fastest one I ran
Oh,
because I was just so
really?
fueled by
Yeah,
contempt
right.
and anger. That was a little dark side
And you
tapping
beat
in.
them. I like
Yeah,
that.
and I
That's the
just-
mental toughness. You actually completed it because you were tough, and I gave up.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much
it.
sums me up as well.
I love though, Dilruk, that you were like, "Oh, this is good enough," about to give up, when you had literally done 36, or you just needed to do
Yeah.
like 5 more.
But that's what I was saying to myself. I've never run this long. And also, like, by that point, because I have man titties still. So, like, my left knee and nipples were both just about to
Oh,
piss
really?
off. Yeah.
I'm so
It was gone. There
Did
was
you
no...
not run with a bra or anything
No,
like that?
I was
no,
going to
I've
say the
just put on a
lovely
s-
Victoria's Secrets bra that you're wearing
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I have to put a salami on every morning to balance it out because the nipple's somewhere in Albert Park at the moment. Yeah.
You talk about in your show a little bit of manscaping mishaps.
Well, that's the complicated one to explain on, daytime radio. But basically, look, I'm someone who does like to stay groomed. I get, pedicures and my eyebrows. I got to wax my eyebrows every...
Otherwise, it's a monobrow situation.
It's happening because I forgot to
Yep.
do it before flying, and every 3 days it just blows out. So
I know.
don't know.
Every
Is there
10 seconds this interview goes on, you're getting more and more hair in the
yeah,
monobrow
yeah,
area.
yeah. It's like Teen Wolf, like it's just happening. And so, I'll talk a little bit about the, trying to be comfortable in my, my feminine side, I
Yeah,
guess. You know what I
that's
mean?
good.
I can run marathons and also trim.
You can do it all.
Well, you know what? Embers has something about cutting his nails. He doesn't like to cut his nails too short.
I have a phobia of short nails. I
Okay.
just don't like them too short, and especially when they touch linen, like bed sheets. I just get this cringy feeling.
It's like
So
chalk on the nails
exactly
on the chalkboard
like
kind
chalk.
of thing.
Yeah, good
Is it
analogy.
phobia though, Embers?
I don't
'Cause
know if
feel
it's a
like
phobia. You know what?
you know?
I think I'm just being a little bit pussy.
Yes. Not a pussycat, yes.
Yeah.
I know, it's the
Yeah.
weirdest phobia you've ever heard
No,
of.
I
in
did a
your
show
life.
about fears once, and I had some interesting phobias. Obviously, clowns were a common one.
Yeah.
Birds was one. One was ventriloquist dummies. Very specifically,
I'm not even
Yeah.
going to
ventriloquist
try
dummy.
to. What's a ventriloquist?
It's the one with the...
I knew we were on Triple M members, but come on, ventriloquist is in your lexicon, surely.
What's the lexicon?
Yeah. Embers has something we call embolisms, where
Yeah.
he'll try and say something and he either goes on a tangent where even he doesn't know where it's
Give us
going.
an example, Katie.
Oh my God, there was one the other day, wasn't it? We were talking to someone and he could have asked a question in, I would say, 8 seconds, right?
Right.
Could have asked the question, but he went down this road and he lost himself and he looked at me to try and get him back
Yeah.
on track, and I just let him go because I
Yeah.
think it's funny.
Yeah.
And then he somehow brought it back, but none of it made any sense.
You took the scenic route.
That's
you know what
exactly
I mean?
right. And then
that's
when I
it.
get so confused, I go, you know what? I'm going to have to answer this question myself. So I ask the question in some crazy way and then answer it in another way. And this person's sitting there going, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
fucking
I
bloke's on,
know.
you
So
know?
embolisms? Is that what-
Embolisms,
so can we
yes.
have live now? Just give me an embolism. Say I don't know about embolisms. I've come in and I'm
Embolism.
like a nervous
well,
guest.
I
going,
was
"Oh, man."
on Carl Stefanovic's show recently, and I tried to pronounce the word unprecedented.
Yeah, right.
Have a listen. And anyway, yes, made an absolute chocolate mousse of myself. I did.
To be fair, it happens to me, but also English is my second language. So
you're
I don't know what your
Yeah.
excuse is, Ember.
You're allowed.
Yeah, I know. English is not even some say I don't even speak English.
Yeah, no, you've got your own little...
Yeah, that's right. Argentina. Remember, Argentina
okay.
won the World Cup. There you go. What are we
That's
calling
right.
them?
So he was having a crack at me because I didn't know Cameroon was a country until I got it in
Right.
the office sweeps
You
for the
thought
World
she
Cup.
was an actress from Mask
Cameron,
and Childish
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz. And then, anyway, he was giving me so much hass. And then all of a sudden he gets on doing a rap about Argentina, but he kept on calling it Argentina. The whole break was Argentina. And now in my head, I'm like, I'm not very good at geography, clearly. But I'm like, I just don't think that's correct.
Yeah.
And anyway, I called the court up and called him out on it.
Yeah,
Thank God.
did it in my sports report. And the winner of this year's World Cup is Argentina.
It is a condition.
Someone else. So
it's a condition that you get on your
Argentina.
feet, I think.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Argentines.
That's it, Argentines. Anyway, you've been awesome. Your show is called Heartstopper in town for Fringe World. Of course, get your tickets from fringeworld.com.au. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolute
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you.
Thanks, folks.
I'm glad that heart is not stopped.
Well,
Still going.
It's got a few more years now with the stent in, but you know,
Fingers
let's see
crossed.
how long it lasts. I just did have Yamcha before coming in here.
Yeah.
Not ideal. Thanks, Dilruk. Bye.